Well, I can demonstrate if you like. The first thing that you would do is download the app from either the Apple Store or the Google Store. I suggest that that is done immediately, and I'll explain why. This is what the app will look like, and basically it will tell you what we're trying to achieve. So this is the look and feel of it. It then starts talking about what contact tracing is all about, and this very important thing about privacy, which we take very, very seriously. And the good thing is that we've designed the app so that it protects your privacy all the time. And it explains basically how the app will work. It uses Bluetooth and nothing else.
So you need Bluetooth on all the time?
The app has been designed to work with Bluetooth. It's engineered so that there is practically zero drain on the battery. So it can live all the time switched on, and you shouldn't have a problem with battery drain. So once you go through the procedures with the app, it'll then show that it is completely anonymous, the way that you use the data. So there's no location data, there's no personal information being recorded, there's no details of any symptoms that you may have, and it certainly doesn't reveal anybody's personal identity.
It hasn't prompted us yet to put in names or address or anything like that.
And it never will. The idea of the app is that it is designed to live wherever it is that you store it, in your pocket, wherever it is, and it will just communicate with other phones through Bluetooth, recording whether you are in close proximity to somebody else.
And that is 2 meters or similar?
At the moment, it's being configured for 2 meters and close for a period of about 15 minutes or more.
Mm-hmm.
At this stage, it'll then ask you permission to activate the app, to allow the phone to send you notifications. And once that it's done, it's on.
And you want it to be able to send you notifications, why?
For 2 reasons. The first one, of course, is the app works on updates and you want the latest version of the app. Mm-hmm. The second one is in case you test positive and you need to send somebody a notification advising them that you've tested positive. Obviously, the notification has no personal information. So all you will receive is a message basically saying that you've been in close contact with someone that has tested positive. Mm-hmm. What we've done is we've gone for simplicity. We believe that it's in fact the only version of the app in the world that actually does this, where there is zero personal information. The important thing is that you download the app as soon as possible, because if you are tested positive and you punch the information in, unless the app has been working for a period of 14 days or more, you will not be able to use the notification procedure to alert others of the fact that you've had a positive result. What we need is to ensure that we have as much penetration as possible in Gibraltar, which is 60% or more, which will allow the app and the contact tracing bureau to work effectively using this tool as a means to combat COVID-19.
We started this about 6 weeks ago. I think there's been a huge amount of work done in a form of app that can trace people as part of the support for the contact tracing, which as you know, we've been very keen on doing here in Gibraltar. It started in China, it's been going through Europe, but at the end of the day, the design of these things is very much in the hands of the developers who manage the phone, so Apple and Google primarily. And we were very, very fortunate. We started work in one direction, but we were very fortunate that the Irish government open sourced its technology. So we linked up with Apple, they introduced us to the Irish government, and that sort of fast-tracked our work and enabled us to move much quicker. What we did do, which is different to others, as you know, the UK has gone for a very, very different and controversial route where they will have privacy issues, they do carry data, they got your name, your information, they'll know where you are. Our one's gone completely in the opposite direction, intentionally. Why? Because we wanted to have mass adoption. This requires everyone in Gibraltar to download the app, and the more people that download it, the more effective it will be. And how do we do that? By telling people, we will not know who you are, we will not know where you are, we will not know where the contact has taken place, nor will anyone else. All that we will do is if you have been within the range, 2 meters, for 15 minutes or more during that period of time, we will be pinging you, telling you you've been close to somebody that's tested positive. And that's it. And then it's up to you. If you choose not to dial 111, it's your call. But that's the work that we have to do. And so when that call comes into the GHA, I hope that they will then be able to do the next phase in terms of giving effect to that, either checking if they've got symptoms or self-isolating at home for a period of time that they may require.
So a lot of the privacy concerns around the use of a contact tracing app in some of the Asian countries that first launched it were around people's whereabouts being known by the government. This is not a concern because your app is not a centralized app.
So there's no server, there's no database. Neither the GOG nor the GHA have any idea of who, where, or what happens. They know absolutely nothing. The only trigger for the app to work is the handshake, 2 phones coming within the range for the time period. And then when I am tested and I'm positive and I enter the code, the phone itself, won't be me, it'll be the phone itself automatically will ping a message to the people that I've been close to, and it'll tell them, you have been in close proximity to somebody who's tested positive, dial 11 or follow the instructions on the app. And that's it. So this is the purest form of app that there is in the world. It can't get purer than this. There are some countries that have got some basic information. We have zero information intentionally. So
you're not asking me for my name?
No. So as the Chief Minister said on Tuesday, the government won't know, the GHA won't know. We don't want to know. What is the purpose of this app? The purpose of the app is to help us to contact, trace, and test people. That's what we're seeking to do. And this enables us to do that without having any information, no data, no processing of data. It's completely benign of data, which is exactly what we wanted to do. The phone doesn't know who it is. So if I test positive, the people that it pings, telling them you've been close to somebody, they don't know it's me. And I don't know who is being pinged. It's completely anonymized, so there's no issue with data at all.
You've talked about working with Apple and Google. Who has developed this app on the Gibraltar government side?
The work has been done by the team from Digital Services, so Julian, who you've interviewed, Karen, who works closely with Julian Byrne from Piranha Designs, who have been very, very helpful and instrumental in some of the work we've done, and then obviously with the Irish government, with Apple and with Google. So it's a very, very successful joint effort.
In respect of numbers, we've heard that 60% of the population needs to have and use the app in order for it to be fully effective. Is that the case, for it to be fully effective or for it to work at all?
Well, the higher the take-up, the more effective it's going to be. So 60% is a number that has been thrown around by the developers of these apps around the world, saying if you don't get that sort of traction, it won't be as good in its effect. We believe in Gibraltar that we will get a high level of adoption. We certainly hope we do. People need to be completely relaxed that there is no data issue, as you've asked before. And so we are hopeful that we will get beyond the 60% adoption in Gibraltar, and the more we get, the more effective it will be. So if this is going to help us save lives, we ask the community to join us, download the app, and take a part in the testing and the tracing that we are seeking to do as effectively as we possibly can.
Do you know what percentage of the population has a mobile phone with Bluetooth that would allow them to be able to download the app and use it? I
think I haven't seen a specific number. I don't think we have that number, but I would hope to hit well over 60% of those that do. In other words, however many people have them, I would certainly hope that we can get into the high 60s and 70% of people that have them. So that's the number that we're after.
Presumably you think that most people intuitively have a mobile phone, and also that it's a new enough mobile phone to have Bluetooth, because Bluetooth has been around for many years, but we don't know exactly what number of people.
No, we don't have any number that is reliable. So yes, we know how many numbers have been issued in Gibraltar. How many of those have Bluetooth? That's something that we really don't know.
So are you going to be able to know when you hit 60% or go above that?
I think we're going to know how many people have downloaded the app and how many people are using it. But that's it.
Okay. For somebody who has been a little bit concerned because of what they might have read in other countries, to recap some of the main messages, why should they download this app and why should they be completely comfortable in doing so?
If we're going to be successful in managing this virus effectively, as we have done up until now, we require the support of the public. And without the support of the general public, we will not succeed. That's where we have succeeded up until now. So what we're asking the public to do is, even at a time when the take-up is low, that we need their support to download this app. We've seen in Beijing, who were very successful in dealing with it, how it's now coming back in pretty high numbers in a very, very short period of time. So we can't drop our guard. And what this app will do is support that trace and that testing bureau that we've set up precisely for this purpose, so that if we do get an incidence of it, we are able to move in very quickly. This is all about time. And the beauty of the app, it enables you to get people who don't even know they may have it and deal with it then. So this is all about speed and about attacking the virus as effectively as we can. With public support, I think we will be very successful in doing that, as we have done up until now in all the other lockdown measures that we've introduced so well.
Okay, and given that it's launching as we record this interview at a time when there are no known positive cases in Gibraltar, what would you say to somebody who feels that maybe this is not actually necessary?
Look around the world and look at how many thousands of people, unfortunately, are dying every day. I think now we're close to 7 million people infected, and the number of deaths is just too high. We've kept it at zero. I mean, we can carry on fighting it as effectively as we have done, but we need the support of the people. They have to care. If you don't care about yourself, care about your mother, your father, your brother, or your sister. And that's the message. I mean, this is a virus that can't be played with. I think the numbers have proven that. The world economic crisis, the global pandemic, the hundreds of thousands of people infected and killed by it. Let's not give up now. Let's see this through.
And you have to have had it on. The app can't work backwards. It has to be on and communicating with other phones in order to know whether you've been into contact with somebody who has tested positive in the past 14 days.
If you download the app in 2 weeks' time, you've wasted 2 weeks of possible contact with people that are positive. And that's what we want to avoid. So the sooner people can download the app, the better. It will be available on Apple and then on the Google Play Store on the Monday. So Apple users, we ask you over the weekend to please download the app, and with effect from Monday, all Android phone users, please go on to Google Play and download the app at that stage. Obviously it's free, and we would beg as many of you as possible to please take the steps to work with us and download the app as quickly as possible.
Minister for Digital and Financial Services, Albert Isola, thanks for your time.
Thank you.